And now, here to entertain you all, because every day he's hustling. Side Hustle Cinema.
Welcome back to the channel. Side Hustle Cinema here. Thanks for clicking on this video. And it's that time of the week again. Time for another physical media report. Hopefully you guys have had a good Easter weekend. I'm actually recording this on Easter right now. I'm really full. Had a big dinner. It was good. And now it's time to talk about all that physical media news and rumors and everything that's going to be coming out tomorrow on another edition of See You Next Tuesday. Last week was a great week. Hopefully everyone picked up everything that they were looking for. There was quite a bit to pick up last week. This week's looking okay. There's a few titles, not as many as last week, but it's still looking like a pretty good week. The horror movie news is a little bit light this week, not as many things coming out, and when I talk about all the other things that are coming out, it seems like there's a lot of re-releasing of things. That seems to be a trend right now. I do have one thing to promote that's coming up this week, and that is on Wednesday at 8:30 on Jagoda Blues channel. I'm going to be a part of that live stream that he's having. It's going to be the second episode of Heat Street, and that's where it'll be me and Jagoda and like 3 other people are going to be going and showing some, I guess, Grail items. There are some items that from our collection that are, you know, really special to us. And it should be some really good stuff. I know episode 1 was completely awesome. They really showed some great stuff, so it's going to be hard trying to top that episode, but we're going to give it a try. So tune in on Wednesday, 8:30, Jagoda Blues channel, and check out the second episode of Heat Street. Go watch part 1. That was excellent. You're going to like that show. Well, now that I got the promotion stuff out of the way, let's talk about some horror movie news. Well, like I said, there's really not a ton of horror movie news this week. At least not as of recording. You know, I'm sure probably tomorrow morning there'll be a ton of breaking news that won't make this video. I hate when that happens. But we do have at least a few things to talk about. And, you know, one of the things I was going to report on, actually, we get some good news on. A couple days ago, the Disc Father reported that Dog Soldiers was going to be delayed. You know, it was originally scheduled to come out June 14th. And that apparently the release date had been changed to be determined. But I actually looked into it because I still saw on like Amazon that the pre-order date was still the 14th. And I actually reached out to Scream Factory and got a response. And it's still on for the 14th. There's been no change as of right now. So I'm not sure, you know, where the report came from or what had happened. Maybe there was something temporary. I have no idea. But if you saw, you know, the Disc Father's, you know, tweet a couple of days ago, apparently everything's cool. Dog Soldiers is still scheduled to come out on the June 14th. So we're all good on that. So good news. So on May 24th, we're getting a really cool release from Sony that really looks great, and it's called Oma, which I think is Korean for mother. This movie may have been one that I would have passed over, but I love, you know, diving into these movies, doing this report and watching the trailers. I recommend everyone do that. When you go on like Blu-ray.com and stuff, click on all these movies that you're not real sure about, and a lot of times they'll have the trailer there. Just watch the trailer and see if it's something that looks good. Because normally I would have probably passed on this one, but this trailer looks pretty amazing. It's about this Korean woman and her daughter who live here in America and are actually working like an old farm. They like raise bees, like producing honey and selling the honey and things. Well, the lady had a really tough childhood, and her mom was pretty overbearing, kind of, sort of seemed like she sort of tortured her or something. And so she has this fear of turning into her mother. And when she gets her mom's like ashes sent to her from Korea, there's like some supernatural stuff that seems to be happening. And she starts to, literally become her mother, like kind of becoming crazy, seeing things, hearing things, and she starts to act out towards her daughter the way her mom acted out toward her. Just watch the trailer, take my word for it. It looks cool. This will definitely be one that I pick up now. And I'm not even big on like supernatural genre, but this one looks really good. And since there's not a whole lot of announcements to talk about this week, I'll give you a quick recommendation on one that I watched just recently, and that was Vicious Fun. This is one that I picked up, actually it was last week, and I gave this a watch, and it actually lived up to the hype for me. I really enjoyed it. It's vicious, and it was fun. It's a weird story, It's this guy here. I think he was the kid in Odd Thomas. He sort of a kind of losery character. He ends up at a bar, gets drunk and passes out. And when he comes to, it's after hours. The bar's all locked up, and there's a big serial killer like meeting going on of all these serial killers who I guess get together and have like sort of a a group session. It's kind of strange. It's a horror comedy, and it's really good. This girl here in the front, she's sort of out to kill the killers, and so she kind of teams up with the kid. And, it's them against all these psychopaths. And they're all excellent. Very entertaining movie. It's only, like 90 minutes or so. 101 minutes. But it's fast-paced. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I think you guys probably would too. So you can actually watch it on Shudder if you have Shudder. Or you can pick up a copy. It's only like $15 or so. Maybe it's even gone on sale since it comes out. Or if you see it down the road for cheap, definitely pick it up. I think you'll enjoy it. And finally, I wanted to tell you about an item that's on sale currently, as of a couple hours ago, on Amazon. So hopefully it stays at this price for a while. It gives you guys a chance to pick it up. And that's the Phantasm collector set, the Sphere, and it's actually down to like $93. That's a really good price for that set. Gorgeous set, awesome looking, the Sphere from the movie with the knives that come out of it, and it's a 6-disc set. And this is the newer one. This is from Wellgo USA. This is the newer set that has those new restored, Phantasms 1 and 2 that have like Dolby Atmos and have 4K restorations. They're not 4K discs, it's still on Blu-ray, but there's at least 4K restorations of those. I don't have the Sphere set, but I did purchase 1 and 2 last year from Wellgo. It's that same transfer, but I would love to have this Sphere set, and I might pick it up. Hopefully you guys can't hear that storm going on in the background. It's a very stormy Easter Sunday as of recording. It's really coming down out there. But that's going to do it for the horror movie news this week. So what else is coming out? Let's talk about the other stuff. Well, like I mentioned at the top of the show, a lot of these companies are starting to re-release these movies that are already on 4K, and I'm not real sure why. I mean, other than money, of course, but I don't know. It's like it doesn't really need it, and a lot of times we're not even getting like new transfers or like new special features. We're not really necessarily getting anything new. It's just new packaging for the most part. And in a lot of cases, I don't think the packaging's much better than what was already out there. A lot of times it's actually kind of worse. Universal Pictures is going to be putting out on June 7th the Bourne collection, the Bourne Complete collection. It's the 20th anniversary limited edition 4K set. But is it really going to be any different than this set? I don't think so. Matter of fact, I like this set better. First of all, it was really cheap when I picked it up, only like $40 or so, and it had all the Bourne movies with individual cases. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this set. This is an excellent set. This design here looks like it's going to be a slim case, so maybe if you hadn't picked it up yet and you wanted to save a little shelf space, I guess. Looks like this new one may be a little slimmer. It looks like all the discs are going to be in one case, which I don't really prefer, but I really don't see where there's going to be any like new stuff on there. So I don't know. To me, I just go with this one. And also, what's old is new again. On July 19th, we're going to be getting a new Steelbook 25th anniversary 4K edition of Men in Black. Talk about poor timing. Will Smith, maybe not the most popular right now. Men in Black, those last couple of movies, Men in Black 3 and then, International. That series kind of jumped the shark, and I'm not sure, how popular this new Steelbook will be. I know the Steelbook collectors are going to pick it up. I mean, that's always going to happen. And I got to say, though, the artwork on the Steelbook looks pretty nice. I do like the artwork on there. But I don't know. Was anyone looking for Men in Black to come back? I don't think so. And on June 28th, we are getting a new Paramount Presents movie. It's going to be the number 32 of the Paramount Presents line. And that's The First Wives Club on Blu-ray. And this one got a 4K restoration. That's kind of interesting. We got the announcement a little while ago that Paramount Presents was going to be doing its first 4K, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. And then they do a 4K restoration on The First Wives Club, but they don't go the extra step to go ahead and make this one a 4K. Kind of interesting. I'm not real sure why that would be. I mean, if you're taking that step with Liberty Valance, why wouldn't you just do this one too? I mean, the work's been done. Why not just put it out on 4K? I'm not real sure. Kind of puzzling on that one. On May 24th, we're getting the Batman coming out on 4K. And this is one that I missed talking about last week. And, it's they're good looking. It's good looking artwork on these. I like what they've done with it. I like how the 4K slipcover, they kind of build on the gray, and they went with that red color, for the 4K logo and all that. So I thought that's an interesting touch. I kind of like that. I like the artwork on the Blu-ray and the Steelbook. The Steelbook looks pretty nice too. More than likely, I'll just be picking up the 4K slipcover. But yeah, very, very cool artwork on these. I like what they've done. We're getting those on May 24th. Also on May 24th, we're going to be getting Ray Donovan, the movie. And this will be on both Blu-ray and in 4K. And this comes to us from Showtime Entertainment and Universal Pictures. And Ray Donovan is one of those shows that I regret not watching. I've heard so many great things about that series. And, you know, I didn't have Showtime. I just didn't watch it. And I kind of regret it. It's something that I would definitely like to go back and maybe binge watch my way through it. Maybe I can save you some time with this next movie, and that one comes out on May 3rd, and that's the new Liam Neeson movie, Blacklight. I watched this one. I went and checked this one out, because I watch every Liam Neeson movie, and I'm always holding out hope that he's going to return to form and really start putting out some great movies. And I gotta say, Blacklight was another disappointment. The trailer's completely misleading. The trailer would have you think that this is something similar to Taken. That's kind of the way they cut the trailer. They made it seem like he's wanting out of the, you know, this sort of covert spy, you know, U.S. assassin. He wants to get out of the game, and they're not letting him. And so they end up like taking his daughter and his granddaughter. That's the way the trailer frames out the movie. And then he goes up against the U.S. government, you know, his boss and everything. And it's just this big, you know, all-out battle. It is nothing like that. It's completely misleading. And it is it's just not entertaining. It wasn't that good. But if you are interested in that movie, you know, Blacklight, it does come out on May 3rd. So you can kind of check it out and see for yourself. But you've been warned. Coming out on May 31st, Lionsgate's putting out a movie that really looks good to me, and that's The Devil You Know. This one stars Omar Epps, who Omar Epps is like one of my favorite actors. I just seem to love everything that he's in. I think he does a great job. I don't understand why he hasn't been like just a major star. You know, I seen that for him early on, and although he's done really well, I mean, he's, you know, had a great career, been on lots of TV shows. I think the TV's kind of what sort of kept him from being that bigger star in movies, was he did spend a lot of time on TV. But this movie looks really good, though. He plays like a guy getting out of jail, and he's sort of, you know, trying to turn over a new leaf, trying to, you know, go the straight and narrow. And his brother's into some shady stuff, and he, you know, he sort of starts to get pulled back in. And you know, just check out the trailer, see for yourself. The trailer looks great. Pretty good cast in this one as well, and it just looks like a winner. I definitely want to watch this one, and more than likely I might purchase it, but I'm definitely going to check it out on pay-per-view or something if I don't just, you know, buy it outright. And finally, I want to talk about a couple of Eddie Murphy titles that are going to be coming to Blu-ray on June 28th, and that's Boomerang, and then we're also getting Harlem Nights. And this is long overdue. This is great news. Both these movies are really good. I'm really excited for Harlem Nights. That's the one I like the most. Amazing cast in that one. I mean, so many good people in Harlem Nights. I mean, you had you know, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor's in it. Boomerang's very solid too. It's a good, funny movie. You know, a little bit of a romantic comedy, but really, we just need more Eddie Murphy. And I appreciate the old stuff, but you know, Eddie, he's still young enough to be out there working. I wish he was doing more movies. Just, it feels like a waste that we haven't had more Eddie Murphy stuff over the years. You know, I mean, he's still in like good shape. He still kind of looks, he looks young. He like, you know, he didn't look that old in Coming to America. And then he had the Dolomite movie, you know, on Netflix. We should have definitely had more Eddie Murphy. But at least we're getting some older releases on Blu-ray now. And definitely going to be picking those up. Very, very cool. Can we get more Eddie, please? So now let's talk about everything coming out tomorrow on another edition of See You Next Tuesday. So this week's not quite as good as last week. Last week was really stacked. A lot of stuff came out last week. That was great. Maybe you could use this week to pick up some of those titles that came out last week if you know, you kind of budget that way. But there's a few things coming out this week. I'm definitely picking up 3. I've got 3 bangers this week. So let's get to it. Let's talk about those bangers first, and then we'll talk about all the rest of the releases coming out. So what are those bangers this week? Well, the first banger I want to talk about is the Cabin in the Woods 4K Lionsgate Steelbook. I've had it pre-ordered, you know, since it got announced. And just this past week, I was able to sell off my my standard 4K copy. I actually got a decent price for it. I ended up getting like $14 for it. So I'm actually I almost have that one paid for, so that's awesome. You can't beat the price on this. You can't beat this look. It looks amazing. You know, looks awesome. Can't wait to put this one in the collection. And yeah, I know a lot of people feel the same way. I think this one's going to be really popular. And from Sony Pictures, we're getting another great looking steelbook. And this one's been also pretty heavily anticipated, and that is Heavy Metal on 4K. We're getting this, you know, limited edition steelbook, and I've had this one pre-ordered as well for a while. And of course, you're getting Heavy Metal in 4K. You're also getting the sequel, Heavy Metal 2000. It's just on Blu-ray, but you're getting both movies in this set. And the artwork on there, it's just the cover art from, you know, the original movie. But that was awesome cover art. You know, it looks great. And I've been wanting to rewatch this one for a little while, so I really can't wait for this one. It's going to be good. And then my final banger of the week is going to be Jackass Forever on Blu-ray. This one's coming to us from Paramount Pictures. And, you know, if you've seen it in the movies, if you've seen it in theaters, you know what I'm talking about. This is, you know, these Jackass movies are great. You know, the guys are getting older, but they brought in a lot of cool people. That was fun to see, you know, be a part of this movie. And it definitely lived up to the others. I enjoyed it just as much as any of the others, and you know, I definitely want to add it to the collection. I can watch these things all day. I mean, I grew up on some Jackass, and I mean, just all those shows. They were all great. And that's going to do it for the bangers this week. Let's talk about everything else that's coming out. There's still some really good titles, a few things I might still pick up. But yeah, we'll just go through and be sure and tell me in the comments what all you guys are picking up. What are your bangers of the week? Well, Universal Studios is going to be putting out Cyrano on Blu-ray. Criterion is going to be giving us The Girl Can't Help It on Blu-ray. This is one I might be picking up. I'm still on the fence about it, and that's VHS 94. And that's coming to us from RLJE. Also from Universal Studios, we'll be getting The King's Daughter on Blu-ray. Shout Factory's putting out another anime steelbook, The Tale of Princess Kaguya. I don't know. Anime fans will know what that is. I'm unsure. And also from Shout Factory, this is one of the Scream Factory line, their collector's edition titles, and that is Night Creatures. And I'm on the fence about it. I might end up picking this one up. It does look pretty interesting. It's a 1962 film. This is one of those Hammer horror titles. Arrow Video is putting out Rogue Cops and Racketeers, two crime thrillers from Enzo G. Castorelli. Lionsgate Films is putting out The Humans. Criterion is putting out Miracle in Milan on Blu-ray. Another anime steelbook coming out from Shout Factory is Only Yesterday on Blu-ray. From Lionsgate Films, we have The Exorcism of God on Blu-ray. Vertical Entertainment is putting out The Desperate Hour on Blu-ray. Media Blasters is putting out, I think it's, let's take a stab at it. It's Kunuchi Lady Ninja on Blu-ray. Did I get it? Did I get close? Media Blasters is also putting out Alive on Blu-ray, and that's the director's cut. Kino Lorber's putting out You Can't Cheat an Honest Man on Blu-ray. They're also putting out You're Telling Me on Blu-ray. That's a 1934 film from Kino Lorber. The Film Detective is bringing us the Girl on a Chain Gang on Blu-ray. MVD Visual is bringing us Where Are You, Jay Bennett on Blu-ray. Blue Underground is bringing us Manhattan Baby on Blu-ray. Kino Lorber is bringing us Man on the Flying Trapeze on Blu-ray. Sandpiper Pictures is bringing us Tom Sawyer on Blu-ray. Lions Den Productions is bringing us Unearthed on Blu-ray. And they also have another edition of Unearthed on Blu-ray, and it's called the Ultimate Green Mold Edition. Also from Kino Lorber this week, we have The Olive Trees of Justice on Blu-ray. Shoreline Entertainment is bringing us Lola on Blu-ray. Cohen Media Group is bringing us My Afternoon with Marguerite on Blu-ray. Sandpiper Pictures is bringing us Bound for Glory on Blu-ray. And finally, from Kino Lorber, we're getting From the Journals of Gene Seberg on Blu-ray. And that is going to do it for everything that's coming out tomorrow on Blu-ray. Not a ton of hits there. You know, some bangers at the top. There's a few good ones sprinkled in there that are maybes. Let me know in the comment section what you guys are picking up tomorrow. Maybe are you going back and picking up some from last week? You know, tell me what your strategy is for this week. Other than those three, I'm a little undetermined. Well, that's going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor and hit that like button. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, I invite you to do so. And as always, stay safe, have fun, keep watching those movies, and I'll see you next Tuesday.